longer a junior. You're an established PGA Tour player. But do you have any advice for young kids coming up? You know, we have a lot of young listeners that listen to our podcast. And I mean, just what's the best piece of advice you'd give to a young kid coming up in the game?
Yeah, so it's kind of hard to say one thing because I feel like we're all in different situations and things might not apply to everyone. But I feel like one thing that I can just kind of speak for myself would really help me um, is that I had the perception that I had to just get like just a lot better overnight. Just thinking, oh, I'm a junior player. I'm starting Oklahoma State next year, let's say it was, and I just felt like, oh man, I got to be so much better than I am now to perform well on the team. And then when I get to Oklahoma State, obviously you're preparing to turn professional, and you're thinking, oh man, I just got to get so much better to turn professional, and then I'm gonna compete against the best in the world. Uh, but it's hard to look at, especially if you're 14, 15, 16, however old you are, and kind of look at it as a long game instead of trying to just get so much better overnight. Just kind of look at it as a process and think, okay, well, doesn't mean that you can't think of getting better, but just realize that, okay, if I do this every day, that's going to help my long game, or this is going to help my short game, and just continue to establish those good routines and just chip at it. Show up every day, do your best, and just get a little bit better every single day. And over time, you've gotten a lot better if you do that.
Very good advice. Very good.
Victor, can you talk a little bit specifics, like for listeners that might be in cold climates like you and I grew up in, up north in the States or Canada, or up north here in Europe somewhere? What did that kind of development look like for you? How did you spend the winters, and then what did you do when we could get outside in the summers? And is there anything you would change about that if you could go back now?
Yeah, obviously the summer months and when we were able to hit balls outside and play golf, that was a lot of fun, and we would take advantage of that. I remember I would play a lot of golf, and I had some good routines in where after school I would go to the course, and it'd be really late because in Norway in the summer it stays light for a long time. And I remember just instead of going to the driving range, let's say I only had 2-3 hours to practice, I would always go to the course and bring 4 or 5 balls, find some cool shots, and just experiment. Play the holes 4 or 5 different ways, and just play golf. Because when the winter comes and you can't do that anymore, you have a lot of time to spend on the driving range. That's about all you can do in the winter months, especially here. You probably have 4.5 months to tinker on your swing and kind of get those reps in. So I really try to put a lot of focus on technique stuff, and just kind of ingraining a repeatable motion essentially when I was indoors. Just putting in a lot of reps and working on the things I felt like I need to work on in my swing.